accumulation of snow in the heart of winter. Happy Thursday, everyone, and welcome to Thungry Thirstday, beer of the week. And today I'm trying new Belgium Accumulation. And as you guys know, Thungry Thirstday beer of the week works this way. I try 3 beers. The first beer is my impressions of the drink. The second beer is a full-on chugger. Finally, I will finish it up with the third one being the Reflections beer. I'm going to put this to the side here so you can look at it. And let's get started with the very first one. Now, New Belgium Brewing Company. It has a bicycle logo. I can only remember trying it a couple of times. I've never tried this one before. And what caught me was a very cool picture of the camper covered in snow and surrounded by snow with some holiday lights on the camper. So let's get started. First up, it smells very, very citrusy. It is kind of hoppy. So on the side, flurries of mosaic and amarillo hops bring soft fruit and citrus flavored, followed by a layer of bitter in our seasonably suited winter IPA. Our seasonably suited white IPA. And that's what I did notice. It is very white, is it not? Look at that. It almost looks like it's super carbonated, but it is very, very light in color. It says to enjoy by the 21st of January of this year. So I'm not too entirely sure if this is a seasonal brew or not. Obviously, it is seasonal for the winter, but what I mean is a limited release seasonal brew. So if it is, probably check this out sooner than later. Smells very good, though. I can't really tell the clarity of it. It is, like I said, it's very white and hard to see through, so it's hard to see if anything is floating in there. It does, as I stir it up, there are some things floating in the bottom there. Anyways, having another sip here. I don't think I've ever had a white India Pale Ale before. So, New Belgium Brewing Company is based out of Fort Collins, Colorado, and Asheville, North Carolina. I've been to North Carolina a couple of times before. I've been to Asheville too, but I don't think I've ever seen the brewery located there. Let's talk about this label. Like I said, it's really cool. They have the design with the camper there with the lights. There's snowshoes out there. There's like a winter scene almost painted on the camper there. I almost called it a cabin. Painted on the camper there. It looks like something that Bob Ross would paint in the winter season. The citrusy taste I'm tasting is a orange, I guess, maybe even tangerine. But according to this, it is 12 fluid ounces. This whole 6-pack right here contains 12 fluid ounces and 12 fluid ounces bottles, and it also has 6.2% alcohol by volume. Do have to wonder though, as you see the camper right there has some curtains on it. I wonder if they are warm inside of there. Either way, this beer is warming me up. It is, I don't know, roughly 7 or 8 degrees outside right now, and the wind is blowing, so it's like a wind chill of negative 14 degrees. Perfect day to enjoy some beer, especially some very, very tasty beer that until now I've never even heard of a white IPA. So other impressions, initial impressions, I really like the fact that they have this little embevel, I guess it's called, this little bump right here that has the name of the brewing company on it, New Belgium Brewing Company, on the neck of the bottle. Now this is available in Connecticut, Hawaii, Iowa, Maine, Mass, New York, Vermont, Missouri, Oregon, California, and Oklahoma, I believe. So that is it for the first one there. Very, very tasty. As we pop the top on the second one, I do have to question. They went for this winter theme right here, and everything else is like silver and white. Maybe change up the bicycle a little bit to a different color. Maybe a silver bicycle for just this special release here. But anyways, time for the full-on chugger. So I will rate this on a scale of 1 to 5 for chuggability. 1 is not very chuggable at all. And finally, 5 is extremely chuggable. Let's get started. Breath of fresh air. 3, 2, 1. Chugger going down the hatch. Very, very cold. Very, very carbonated too. I don't know if you guys can see. It doesn't really have that much of a head of foam on it, but what is there is very, very carbonated. It almost hits my mouth and turns to foam instantly. About, let's see, halfway there at least. The foam. There's so much foam. Ugh. There we go. Chugger has been down the hatch. On a scale of 1 to 5 for chuggability, that is going to get a 2 right there. Maybe even closer to a 1.5. That is not a beer that you want to drink quickly. That is a beer that you want to enjoy. But I'm not going to lie, I am feeling very, very warm right now. So, I mean, if you do need to warm up relatively quickly in an accumulation, maybe you would suggest drinking one as quickly as you can. Anyways, finally, moving on to the third one, the Reflections beer. I wish the first reflection, I should say, is I wish that they said what type of citrus flavor is in here, because it does have me questioning. I kind of get a taste of grapefruit more so than orange, especially after drinking the second one, the chugger right there. And as you can see, it is very, very carbonated. Look at all those bubbles. I don't know how well it's showing up on the camera, but typically when you drink a beer, you know, like this one here, it's very clear, but it seems that a lot of the carbonation is sticking behind. I guess maybe a lot of the sugar is holding it in there. Either way, like I said, I enjoy this engraving right here on the glass, the kind of decorative neck that they make on their bottles. That way you know the bottles are specific to their brewing company. I already said it before, I'll say it again. I like the trailer, I like the snow. I wish, though, there was a little better job blending it into the background. Is it just me, or does it look like somebody drew that and then they just decided to make a white background and copy and paste it onto there instead of like blending it in? I would have liked to see maybe a couple of pine trees or something like that in the background covered in snow showing the accumulation. But so as far as numbers go, this beer was $9.50 at the store plus the container deposit of 5 cents per bottle. And if I were to rate this beer on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is I never wish to see this again, I wish this was never on the shelves to begin with, and 10 is this is my new favorite every single time I want a beer, I am going to give these guys a very, very strong 8. I don't know what is different about this beer. It's a solid 8, but I don't know. It's something is different about this white IPA as the wind is howling outside, in case you guys are wondering what that noise is. There's something nice about the bitterness of this mixed with the hops that typically you don't find, because when other people, I feel like other breweries are making beer that have citrus and hops in it together, they try to overbalance one out of the other. They try to make it more citrusy, more hoppy, but this is a nice balance. Like I said, my guess, if I were to bet right now, I would say it's a grapefruit or something along those lines that they use for the citrus in here. So like I said, a very solid 8 for getting this beer. Again, I really like this beer. I like the design on here. Definitely something I would consider doing, but a camper is kind of like an ice box, especially if you don't have a space heater in it or anything like that in the winter. So, if I were to recommend this beer to you and my friends, but you're my friends, so I would recommend this to you on a scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is not recommendable and 5 is extremely recommendable. These guys, you know what, I just noticed this. See right here, it says special release. It says special release, so obviously this is probably not going to be around next year, but recommending this to you, I give it a full-on 5 because, like I just saw right there, it's a special release. I would recommend checking this out before it is gone and seeing how it expires on the 21st of January 2018. That's not too long away from now, so you should probably pick it up sooner than later. And speaking of later, there's only a little bit left in this beer. Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you did by giving it a thumbs up, and if you went out and picked up this beer, let me know if you did and what your impressions of it are down below in the comment section. I will see everybody on Friday for Free For All Friday. Peace.